Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Current Chinese. So a few weeks ago, Xi Jinping made a video announcement at the United Nations committed to a 2060 date for carbon neutrality in China. And I thought, oh my god, is this the same country that 20 years ago could not see its own buildings because of pollution? What is going on? So I had to dig a little bit deeper and understand what makes them make that claim. So let's go on that journey together while learning Chinese. On a side note, I need to add that because of the nature of the topic, some of the words you will find in today's stories will be particularly technical and hard for language learners. I know it, I'm a language learner myself. So just relax, focus on the main messages, and get to the end of the video because Yo will share a personal story that you will be able to understand and you will definitely like.
2020年9月，习近平在联合国大会上承诺，让碳排放在2030年达到最高值，在2060年前做到碳中和。这对全世界都很重要。 因为碳排放对环境有很大的影响。中国现在是全世界碳排放量最大的国家。中国排放量这么大，有几个原因。首先，中国有全世界 将近1/5的人口，而且它是全世界的工厂。中国也是一个最近40年才开始真正发展的国家。在环境问题上，中国的名声非常不好，也因此 很多人觉得难以相信，中国可以在2060年达到碳中和。其实，中国在这方面已经做了很多的努力。首先，中国电动车的使用和生产一直在增加，在太阳能、水力 和风力发电上，中国也一直在投资。为了减少燃煤电厂，中国在核电厂上也有很大的投资。而且，中国也在种很多的树，把更多的土地还给森林。 作为中国人，我当然希望中国的环境越来越好。和每个中国人一样，我从小就知道一首诗。他写道：“窗含西岭千秋雪。” 这首诗是1300年前 诗人在我的老家成都写的。小时候我读到这首诗，我觉得这不可能。我从来没有在城里看到过任何的山，但是现在有的时候在成都，我们真的 能看到山了，所以我觉得中国的环境有希望变得更好。总之，在环境问题上，中国还有很多需要做的，也仍然有很多的问题。但是我希望明天会更好。
Alright, that's it! You made it until the end. Thank you for watching. I realized today's videos was harder than usual, so thank you very much for staying all the way until the end. If you do like this kind of angle that we're taking in the last few videos, leave us a comment below, like and subscribe.